duty in a week where Colin Parkinson expressed his wish to play this summer in Chicago. The vacancy at left half-back accordingly goes to Joe Higgins from the minor team of '97. In the attack, much interest will centre on the form of Michael Lawler and Hughie Emerson. Hughie there on the fringe of the small square. Westmeath are still on something of a high following their first under-21 All-Ireland success. Well, 4 members of that team are chosen to start today, including Fergal Murray at cornerback and Aidan Canning at centre half-back, while David O'Shaughnessy is in midfield, plus the highly regarded Desi Dolan in the full forward line. It's some line with Ger Heaven and Martin Flanagan there as well. And the referee for this first round Leinster Championship match, first round, that is from a Laois point of view. Third match, of course, for Westmeath. And that's Brian Crowe from County Cavan. It's Westmeath who won the toss, so they're opting to play with the breeze at their backs for the first half. And that's Desi Dolan sending in a decent ball in there towards Martin Flanagan, and here's the first scoring chance. That is a great start for Westmeath. Martin Flanagan in the very first half minute of the match. Well, Laois barely got a boot to the ball so far. It was wonderfully delivered in there by Desi Dolan to Martin Flanagan, and the rest looked simplicity itself. This is Chris Conway here, played in the All-Ireland Under-21 final last year against Kerry. Trying to pick out Stephen Kelly, now playing at top of the left, in spite of the 13 on his back. It's a very good point. Laois take the lead. Their first point from play credited to Stephen Kelly, and it's 2 points to 1. Simple but effective from Chris Conway's pass inside to Stephen Kelly, and he knocks it over the crossbar. The kick entrusted there to Chris Conway. Stephen Kelly already with a point in this match, trying to get some latitude. Back there helping out is David O'Shaughnessy towards Mark Staunton. Players everywhere available. Here's Ger Heaven. Nice ball down towards the very impressive Desi Dolan. Dolan with a great run here, making an angle for himself, back towards Heaven. And it drops in and it drops over the bar. Well, in spite of all the Laois possession up at the other end, it's Westmeath who have drawn to within a point. Heaven's first point of the match, and it's 3 points to 2. This was lovely combined play involving the 2 impressive corner forwards, Desi Dolan and finally Ger Heaven. David O'Shaughnessy rising, but it's Barney Mara gets the hand to it first. Joe Higgins coming in after that. Here's Aidan Lyons, played away there by Damien Healy. As far as O'Shaughnessy once more. And if they get decent ball inside here to the inside forwards, you feel there are scores there for the taking. That comes on at the post from Dolan's effort. There's the push, there's the penalty. Martin Flanagan, the referee decides, knocked to the ground. Fergal Barron in the goal, beaten. A cleverly hit penalty goal. 21 minutes gone. And it's Westmeath 1-2, Laois 3 points. From limited possession, they've managed to make chances for themselves. Now, where was the foul here? The referee says he was knocked to the ground there, and a penalty awarded. Well, this was a cleverly taken penalty kick here by Desi Dolan. Keeper went one way, ball went the other. Dermot Ryan trying to target his midfielders. That's O'Shaughnessy. Good ball down to Desi Dolan. Oh, he's such an exciting prospect. That's a goal and 4 points now for Dolan. One player is certainly able to lift the crowd here. Very good start to the second half. Getting it across here to Mark Staunton. Aidan Lyons coming forward. And again, it's an awful ball by Aidan Lyons. There are possibilities when the ball is played accurately forward to Martin Flanagan, in particular to Ger Heaven or Desi Dolan. But they need a decent service, not always getting that. Instead it's Damien Delaney's kick, which goes between the posts. His first point from play. That's 3 in all now for him. Well, all of that, of course, came from the possession given away needlessly by Westmeath, and Damien Delaney at the other end made them pay. Damien Delaney. And that foul by Kieran Ryan will result in another Laois free kick. Lobbed in towards Hughie Emerson, and in the end it's buried by Chris Conway. "12 minutes of the second half gone. A very good recovery now by Laois, and they lead by 1-7 to 1-6. All of that set off by the free from Ian Fitzgerald, which wasn't dealt with by the Westmeath defence. Kieran Ryan just holds on to that kick out. Challenged over there by Ian Fitzgerald. Toe poked away by George Doyle. That's Fergal Murray's effort, which is blocked down. That's Kelly coming, and it's kicked over the bar by Tom Kelly. First point for the substitute. Laois now trying to turn this match around, and now they've got a 2-point lead. This was following the blockdown of Fergal Murray's effort that it was seized upon by Tom Kelly, and a good point resulted. Trying to pick out a colleague, Barney Marr. Fitzgerald running into David O'Shaughnessy. Falls there to George Doyle. Support from Fitzgerald on his trusty left boot. He knocks over another point, his third of the day. First to come from play. Applauded generously by the Laois followers as he once again gives Laois a 2-point lead. Well, all of a sudden in the second half, it is Laois who've looked much the more dangerous side in front of goal. The wastefulness is put aside.
Rory, let's not give up. Come on, Rory, keep it going.
The voice of Brendan Lowry in the background, encouraging Rory O'Connell and the rest of the Westmeath men, as Ian Fitzgerald kicks in this sideline ball in towards Hughie Emerson. Comes down here, and Hughie has put it over the bar. Tight enough angle. It's just his first point of the match, but he contributed to the goal as well, and it's now 1-10 to 1-7. Ian Fitzgerald again delivering this one in here. Once again the Westmeath defence found wanting, and once again it's Hughie Emerson. Shane Colleary trying to go by Derek Conroy. Eamon Delaney coming in next with the challenge. That's Conroy putting it back to Porch Conway. Here's Chris Conway, his brother. Down towards Hughie Emerson. Back in there at full forward now, up against David Murphy. Hand passed ahead towards Damien Delaney. A real ambitious one this. Where will it land? It lands over the crossbar. Wonderful play by Damien Delaney. His 4th point. And Laois now with a winning look about them. They're performing splendidly and have a 5-point advantage. This was a really fine kick by a very good footballer, Damien Delaney, playing here in just his 7th championship match. Barney Marr with a shoulder charge there on Rory O'Connell. Damien Healy making no real effort to tackle properly. Come down to Damien Delaney. Selling the dummy here to David Mitchell. Delaney's kick measured beautifully. A real class performance by Damien Delaney. 5 points, his tally for the afternoon, and Laois have a 6-point lead and only about 6 minutes left. George Doyle has just been taken off the Laois team. And they're trying to freshen up matters somewhat by bringing in Noel Garvin. So plenty of late changes. Joe Higgins has been on from the start, giving it to the physically strongly built Hughie Emerson. Nice ball inside here for Kelly once again, but the challenge coming across here prevented a decent shot on goal. It's gone for a 45. Tom Kelly still requiring some attention. The pass inside here was from Hughie Emerson, then across there, almost a foot block in fact. Westmeath so with only 2 points in the second half, as once again Laois with another fine point from Damien Delaney from that 45, 6 in all for the day. Surely it's Laois through to the next round of the championship. Well, the referee has already added on over 3 minutes of injury time, but that's as much as there's to be. Westmeath well beaten in what was a pretty physical match. Laois came good in the second half. Damien Delaney was their star player with 7 points. The all-important goal coming from Chris Conway after 12 minutes of the second half, after Desi Dolan had scored a penalty in the first half for Westmeath. But Laois turned it around after the break, and they go through to the next round of the Bank of Ireland Leinster Football Championship with the final score: Laois 116, Westmeath 1-8.
Westmeath were still 2 points up, even though they were struggling to get scores. Ian Fitzgerald Frieda comes in, should have been a backs ball. Hughie Emerson goes up and Chris Conway picks up the pieces and sticks in the back of the net. That changed the game. Then Laois went on to kick points for sport really from there to the end. Ian Fitzgerald here off his left foot. Now it was easier scoring into the railway goal today too, as Westmeath were in the second half with a strong wind. And here we have Damien Delaney, a great point off his left foot, again into the railway goal again. So when Laois got the bit between their teeth with about 15 minutes gone in the second half, they then put on a lot of very, very high quality scores from play. And I suppose the nice thing about from the Laois point of view is that some of the under-21s and minors who were very successful over the last few years, they began to show that they can play at senior level, whereas on the Westmeath side, the under-21 players that they have had success with didn't show up just as well. You've been all in fast to their full forward line, and the first score of the game into Martin Flanagan from Desi Dolan straight over the bar. Now in the first score of the second half, we again have the same pattern, driving the ball in front of Desi Dolan, who takes on his man and shoots from far out. Now that was what everybody knew Westmeath were going to do, because the full forward line was the best part of their team. But when they tried to do it at other times, their kicking of the ball was deplorable. Aidan Lyons straight out over the line there. Their handling of the ball too was bad. Fergal Murray getting into trouble here on the way out, gives the ball away straight to his opposite, number 4. And again we have Fergal Murray, maybe it's hard on him showing him up like this, but again straight out over the line. Now that was due to... Well, there was a lot of contenders on the Laois side, but when Laois needed scores, the man to provide them today was Damien Delaney, the left corner forward. He scored point after point after point in the second half. A player who has a lot of talent, has had a few tough years, but now seems to be playing with a new maturity. He's going to be a problem for most cornerbacks. I seem to be giving corner forwards man of the match in most games, but he tagged on a lot of very high class points from frees and from play today.
All right, Colin, thank you for the moment.